What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, LoBag's? It is Wednesday, February 20th, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:30 p.m. LA time, West Coast time. We are joined by some badass cappers, great LoBag's, people I love very, very much. Let's start off with the man to my right. We got DJ BigBoss in the house. What it is, BigBoss?
What's up, LoBag fam? It's DJ BigBoss. We on day 3 right here, LoBag LA. You know, we sipping it up. We chilling with my man Jimmy. We got Skee. We loaded up in here right now, man. I hope y'all tuned in, got your speakers up and everything, because we about to come back from the little step back we had yesterday.
It was not our best work yesterday, but we're going to fight back, as LoBaggers do. To my left, we got Skee Profit, star of Low Shack in the Bag, star of King's Court. We got Skee Profit in the house. Skee, how you looking, my man?
I'm looking good. I'm going to try to put my work in. I'm surrounded by the best college cappers. I'm waiting on my day tomorrow.
Yeah, NBA back in action tomorrow. Skee will be on both this show and King's Court tomorrow. And then, making his Low Shack in the Bag debut. You know him from the chat. This man absolutely murdered Major League Baseball. He destroys NHL. He destroys every sport. And now, making his Low Shack in the Bag debut. Please welcome Parlay Papi in the house.
What is poppin', Cap Fam? I am with the most talented handicappers in Los Angeles. And not only that, I'm with Mr. Jimmy the Bag.
Love it. And then, to his left, we have Trot Wham, who are LoBaggers everywhere know and love. I love him very much. Trot Wham, how you holding up, man?
I'm feeling good. Last night, I told my man, so I'm feeling great. Just like you guys did, LoBaggers, we unite. We don't die, we multiply.
We don't die, we multiply. Beautiful. Shout out to all the cappers in chat. We got Vinny Cornell, VSS, Drexley, Cammy Gopher, Chip Chipperson, Tara Nicole, Vancouver Brooks, Flipper 13, Odar Lear, Hobart Herberger, Rosie, Bada Boom, Trainer Tone, Bobby Digital, Twatty Latte, Barry Cohen, my man Vegas Gun, Daryl Lyle, Steel City Joe, Noli Knows in the house, Ron Lawson, Christopher Monies, JD, Barry Cohen, Daryl Lyles. What a great group. Base Kniff. What a great group. We have a lot of work to do. In this card. Maxwell Smart is already ready to join us, but because I have my man Parlay Papi with me, we're going to quickly break down this NHL card because he destroys NHL. So let's just quickly go over these games. Blackhawks, Red Wings. This is a tough spot. Red Wings have been taking money all day. I want to back the Red Wings, but I'm not going to get in the way of this Blackhawks team that is playing. They won 9 of 11 games. You got Patrick Kane on an 18-game point streak. I'm not going to get in the way of them unless I'm getting plus money. I got in the way of them when the Blackhawks were playing in Boston. I took Boston -1.5. I don't have the balls to take Red Wings -1.5, and I don't have the balls to take the Red Wings at all. I am staying off this game. You got a look you like in the Blackhawks at Red Wings?
Honestly, we got Cam Warden. This is the only way to look at it. Guy's huge over trender, 11-2 to the over. We got Brent Seabrook, who's out on D. That's huge for the Blackhawks. And let's be real here, man. This is a fraud team. Okay, these guys, they went on a roll. Cool. Look at who they played. They played sub 500 teams, getting like 7-8 wins. It's bullshit. It's phony. And they got this new head coach is letting these guys literally run wild. That's gonna get some goals. You're gonna get some wins. But at the same time, that's not gonna last long, man. This is a team to fade. In my opinion, I lean Detroit here. But Jimmy Howard, I don't trust it. They just played a couple weeks ago, and you got lit up by this really potent offensive Blackhawks team. So for me, it's a layoff. Everybody wants to do the first period over on this, but it's like -200. It's not worth it to me. So I'm gonna do a big pass on this one.
I'm going to do a big pass too. And that was a great breakdown. Everything changed when Carleton took over from Quenneville. This power play just erupted, now 9th in the league. They were 31st in the league.
Exactly.
Earlier in the year. We kept talking about what was going wrong here. I agree with that breakdown. We know that, Alex B. Smith was destroying on these first period overs with Chicago, but at minus 200, I don't want to touch that. Cap'n 24/7 says Hawks, Fred Gialli, Blackhawks, money line, smart money, Chicago, Detroit, first period. Not sure. I'm guessing he's taking the over there. Yeah, and I can understand that. I'm staying off of it. Shout out to Alex for need for tips in the house. And then we move on to a game where we both have a lot of action on. I only have my one unit bet on the Avalanche under 6.5. I got plus 110 in the morning show on the under 6.5, and you could not even come close to getting that now. Wow. Beat a huge move. Oof. Minus 112 at Pinnacle. That's a 22-cent move there. Bet online minus 105. Bovada's still hanging at plus 100. So I guess not an enormous move, but a nice big beat there. What are you thinking in this Winnipeg at Colorado spot?
I totally agree. Huge beat on that props player because, plus money at that under 6.5. Let's look at a quick trend here. These teams have played 7 times in the past season and a half. These lineups aren't that much different, right? We can expect mostly the same from what's going on. The thing is, right now, both these teams are struggling offensively and just kind of fucking up on goalies overall. But we do have Varlamov, who is basically putting this whole team on his back. This is the only guy who's doing it for Colorado. I can't take Colorado here. I got to go with Winnipeg. This is going to be one of the plays. I have 3 here, so I'm going to go real quick. We got Winnipeg 60-minute money line at plus 165. Hellebucks faced this team 7 times in the past year and a half. And the Avs have only scored over 3 goals twice. So that's 5 games out of 7 that they have gone under 3 goals. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a Colorado team total under 3.5, minus 125. I'm not sure where the line's at right now. I would take this probably all the way up to 135, 140. It's just a trend, in my opinion, that is too significant because of how recent they play. That's a big sample size. It's too significant to pass up. And I got to go at that under. I did take it plus 110, maybe 6 o'clock this morning on the grind. So if you're I'm not sure where's our line at right now. We got to be like minus 120 or something right now, right?
On the under?
Yeah.
No, not quite so bad. There's still a couple actually plus 100s, but it's moving that direction. Minus 112 now at Pinnacle, minus 107. So it just moved 2 cents while you were talking at Bet Online. So it was a nice move.
That's the plus 110. That's where it's got to be at for me. I'm on it, but my biggest play that I'm also doing my Papi parlays with is that team total under 3.5.
And that's with the Avs.
That's with the Avs.
Avs team total under 3.5. I like that look. I like that look a lot. Now let's move on to Islanders Flames. Now I lean under in the morning show. That's pretty much stayed where it is. It's moved a couple cents more towards the under. I feel uncomfortable with this spot. If you fade the Islanders, you're going to lose money in the long run. They've had value all year long. And even at 35, 17, and 6, 17, 10, and 2 on the road, they're still giving you value. And I also don't want to actually bet the under in any Calgary Flames game again for the rest of the season. So Islanders or Flames, I'm off. You got to play on it?
No, just real quick touching on it. I know we've all made money on the Islanders unders and the Islanders money line in the past month and a half. Props to Trotsy, right? The guy's a fucking genius. But let's look at this. This is 2 completely different styles of play, right? And we have Calgary trending 21-6-1 to the over at home, right? Or I'm sorry, season overall. And we got the Islanders at the complete opposite end of the spectrum, 8-18-3 to the under. I'm not going to mess around with this game at all. I mean, there's too much contradictory information, and when you really can't pick out an edge, we got to pass. We're going to lose our buck.
Absolutely.
I'm out. I'm off.
Absolutely, well said.
And real quick point, though. If you are on the Islanders, to the chat out there, remember this. 3 days rest. This season, Islanders are 1-4 straight up. That's a pretty big trend, and also something that you should take into consideration if we are going to go on the Islanders. So just a FYI to my Cap fam out there.
No, I like it, and a great breakdown. Kay Pasky says Islanders at home all day, but Flames puck line at home. Calgary's offense will be too much. Flames puck line. I just don't think it's a profitable situation.
The D and goalies are too good. They can't do it.
It's tough. It's going to be a very exciting game. And then we get the Bruins Golden Knights. I took the over 5.5. I got -110, and it's split. You could beat that. You get -109 at Pinnacle. You could still get the -110 at Heritage. It's moved up to 115, 117 at Bookmaker, 115 at Bovada. I think there's going to be goals here. I know that Gokster was on the other side. Richie Rich was with me on the over. What do you think about this Bruins Golden Knights spot?
I'm going to go head to head with you, my dude. I know both these guys, Rask, and hopefully they have Subban for my under, right?
It sounds like it's Marc-Andre Fleury. Let me just double check on that right now. He's confirmed.
Fleury in net. This is a fucking disaster. Rask and Fleury have both been 88% save averages.
Halak, too. Halak is getting to start here. Tuukka Rask started the last 2 games,
right?
But Halak will go Wednesday in Vegas.
That actually is better for the under because Rask has been off his stuff. So I think this is a little bit of a coin flip on the under or the over, just due to the fact that all 3 games these guys have played since Vegas debuted have gone under the total. And, Vegas has the second best defense at home, right? Boston on the road is 28th in goals scored. We look at it from face value, like, yeah, shit, the last 5 games that these guys have both played go way over, right? They fly over. But at the same time, if we break down overall the teams themselves, it's not really, I'm not really vibing too hard. So I'm going to buy up from 5.5 to 6, and I'm going to get -124.
Wow. You know who would be loving that play? The legend, Lodels Loshak.
I want to see that stash in person.
Yeah, man.
I thought I was going to see it glisten, but you know what? I'm still with the best West Coast Cap fam in the world. So
no doubt. But don't you guys think Lodels would love him buying up to 6 and taking the under in that spot? It sounds like that's got Lodels all over.
I also got one more play and one more angle I think is great here. Okay, so like I said, Vegas they keep going on this little stagnant run of not being able to score. So Boston has actually scored 8 times in the first period in the last 5 games, right? In the last 5 games, Vegas, 4 of those 5, they've been at home, and they've scored 11 or 12 goals, right? And they've only scored 3 first-period goals. I'm getting plus money to take Boston, right? I'm getting plus 105 to take them on the first period. So I'm going to go with that because, let's say it's 1-1, 0-0 at the end of the day. It's a push. I can't see Vegas, lighting this up right now. I mean, they need some Viagra, literally. I mean, they got the discs hard and start getting things in the net. So I'm going Boston first period plus 105, under -124. That's where we're at today.
I love it. Absolutely great breakdowns from my man Parlay Papi.
Cheers to that.
Making his Loshak in the bag debut.
Hiya.
Parlay Papi killing it. Awesome. What a treat. Now, it's time for us to move on to college basketball. But before we do, I'm going to go over my plays quickly and you just go over all of your plays. Right. I'm on the over 5.5. Bruins Golden Knights. I'm going up against Parlay Papi. I'm going up against Mr. Gokster, but I got Richie Rich on my side. And I'm on the under 6.5 Jets Avalanche. That's my spot. What do you want?
All right, we got 6 plays. I'm going to give you the best 2, and then remember the last 4 are I'm good, but they're not my 1-unit plays. Best play of the day is going to be team total under 3.5, Colorado Avalanche. I'm also parlaying that with Boston first period and Boston under on 2 separate parlays. I love Colorado team total over under. That's my favorite bet of this whole day. Also with this game, Winnipeg 60-minute money line at plus 165. Also got the under 6.5 at plus 110. My other 2 plays. So we got 5 plays here. My other 2 plays are under 6 in the Bruins game at minus 124. I'm not sure where you're going to be able to get that now. And I also got first period Boston plus 105.
I like your look. I like your card. Great job. And without further ado, we are going to bring in our NCAA basketball expert, Maxwell Smart. Max, how you doing, my man? You ready to break down this big basketball card today?
Yeah, absolutely. Locked and loaded, ready to serve cock soup and support local strippers.
As you should, Max. As you should. So what we're going to do first off, we're going to start rolling through play for play here, and we want to hear what you have to think about it. So we're going to start with my man to my right, DJ Big Boss in the house. Big Boss, what are you looking at to get this day rolling in the college basketball circles?
What up, Max? Check this out, Max. Before we get into that, I got a question for you, Max. Who invented the sip? What is the sip about, man? We going shot for shot and we drinking. Who invented the sip? But Also, I'm gonna go straight into the big game. Well, not one of the big games today. I'm looking at this Villanova and this Georgetown game right here. Villanova definitely on the rebound after that loss, and this Georgetown team lost 2 in a row, so it's kind of important for both teams right there. But Villanova was up 16. They got to be fired up about this one to close this victory right here, and I'm going with Villanova on the money line. What you think about that, Max?
Yeah, no, definitely like that on the money line for sure. If I'm looking to make a play on this game, I'm gonna actually be looking for first half on Villanova. Listen, the reason why they lost to St. John's is because they got 2 3-point happy. This is a team that obviously needs to hit a lot of threes, and their offense is predicated towards it. But they got to do some work inside the perimeter, and I think that tonight they're going to have a much more balanced shot selection, and I think that they are on red alert right now. So I think that 3-point defense is always going to be a key for Villanova and getting to the line. This is a team that shoots 72% from the free throw line, but cut down on turnovers, and I think that they have a rebound. They're 13-7 ATS after a loss, and you gotta have some backbone if you lose a game like that in St. John's and come out flat against Georgetown on the road. So I definitely support your money line play on Villanova.
But still, you're taking a minus 275. I feel like if you're going to take it with those kind of at that number, it might be better suited for parlays. But I hear what you're saying, Max. I've got a good look here. After hearing Drew Martin breaking down Michigan State, Rutgers, I jumped on the under. I got it at 136 and minus 109. Can't get that number anymore, except you can get him at Bet Online, who's hanging on to that 135.5, heavily juiced to minus 122, all the way down to 133.5 at Pinnacle. I already jumped on it. I like seeing that I beat the line move. What are you thinking about Drew's play on the early show that I jumped on as well? Michigan State, Rutgers, under.
Yeah, I was definitely envious of the number that he got, considering of where it's moved now. This is a game that really troubles me because we already know that Nick Ward is not going to play tonight, and that takes away 2 serious contributors to this Michigan State team. And we've seen at times that Cassius Winston can be a little erratic, and I'm worried that they're not going to cover this spread tonight, to be honest with you. I think that on paper they should be able to win this game, but it's just hard for me to go on either side because if you've been betting and watching Rutgers basketball, this is a team that is definitely a much different team on the road and is susceptible to blowouts. I'll point out the Purdue game for one. I just think that tonight, if you're going to be making a play on this game, you should have got the under early. And if not, I think it's a thing that you either look to make a play live or you just leave alone.
Yeah, I feel that. Keith Sadler also on Rutgers plus 15. Scotty Rock forever. First half Rutgers all day. And Drew Martin joining us saying ride that MSU under train. I like it. It's a good look. Oh, Hobart Herberger also on your Rutgers first half play at plus 9. Love it. Let's keep rolling. Skee Profit, what are you looking at on today's card?
Well, I just have the next game rotation I'm looking at, and I see the totals dropped about 4 points. I'm looking at Mississippi State and Georgia. The total opened at 151 is down to 147.5. 69% of the tickets are on the under, but only 39% of the money. The side is 6.5. You got anything on this game, Max?
I looked into it, but the thing that's holding me back from making a play on the total inside is they're having some internal issues. Ara Coleman has really been relegated to the bench, and they've really been trying to go with Abdul Ado and Reggie Perry. But the problem with them is they are great defensively. They're good rim protectors. They have good length, but they're not good free throw shooters, and they keep on getting fouled in late game situations and causing Mississippi State backers to lose their freaking minds. So And also you'll have the suspension to Nick Weatherspoon, but I'm not really putting too much into that because that just gives Tyson Carter a bigger opportunity to step up and start. And I think that it may even be an improvement. I think that Mississippi State on paper should cover this number. And I think that this game is definitely something I'd be looking to go over with. But because of the roster issues and the lineup changes, I don't know what Ben Howland's really doing, and I just can't make a play on this game tonight.
Max, staying off of it. Are you going to make a move on it?
I'm not.
No?
I just was looking at the total going down.
Yeah, it's dropping all day.
You know, Jim,
Yeah.
I might interject. I have, we backtrack just for a quick second.
Yeah.
I got a question for Max. On Villanova, Georgetown, I was wondering what you think maybe about a Georgetown team total over if we expect it to kind of keep tight, close to a cover range. It's only at 71. I mean, the guys are rebounding machines and, we're scoring 86 points at home on average. What are your thoughts on that here? 71 team total over on Georgetown.
Yeah, I just think that with the emergence of Sadiq Bey, I think that you have like another front court piece that you can throw at Jesse Govin. And I think that really the key for Georgetown's scoring comes down to their backcourt of Mac McClung and James Akinjo. I think that they're going to be able to get theirs tonight against Villanova. I'm just hesitant to really take a over in a team total versus Villanova defense that's going to be mad, and I think that they're going to be pretty dominant tonight. So it's not something that I would be jumping on, but I lose a lot of my bets, as we can see from last night. So you could be on to something there.
Yeah, interesting. Tomarino says Georgetown has had problems shooting. I think Villanova shuts them down. But I am very interested in that look, Papi. I'm very interested in that look. I'm going to think it over while we break down this card. Just a reminder of some of the big plays from the morning show. Lamont Williams' max bet is Evansville solo under and Ohio State under. Matt Randall's taint play of the day, that's 3-1, is Denver, South Dakota over 142.5. And I'll break down my next play that I made in the morning when it's back around to me. Without further ado, we got Trot Wham in the house. Trot Wham, what are you looking at on this card?
Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been bad, so I cut my bet size definitely in half right now. But I did have an edge on this game, and I did bet this already. I took the first half -4 Nevada, and I really like this play. As far as the last 10 games, as far as I went back on both of these teams, I feel like the edge is towards Nevada, and it shows as far as by the margin by victory. And you can show that as far as San Diego State, they've been allowing 66 points per game, and they've been scoring 71 points per game. On the other side, flip side, with the side that I'm liking here is Nevada. They've been allowing only 63 points per game, and then they've been putting up 85 points per game. And here they've been covering machine as well. They've been covered the last 6. And for San Diego State, they've been covering as well, but they lost, to a likewise team in New Mexico State. And we all was shocked when Nevada lost with New Mexico State. In this case, that's something they have in common. I think this is a game they're going to be ready for. Starting out as well, -4. I already took that. And like I said, I took it in half. So, I'm definitely treading lightly.
Yeah, I was looking at this spot as well. And I was looking at the -8 on the whole game. So maybe Max, hopefully you like Nevada one way or the other, because this is the game I'm looking to bet on too.
Yeah, no, I've been on the Nevada train pretty much all year. They're a team that I just love to watch. It's a team that if I can't watch it live, I always PVR because they are just such a disciplined, well-oiled machine. They're well-coached. They all have the same goal. There's no one that's trying to get more than others. Everyone's accepted their roles. And I think that San Diego State's in for a wake-up call. They played some of the weaker Mountain West teams in this winning streak that they're on. And I think that tonight Nevada is going to have to go in and really solidify who they are because right now, according to bracketologists that I follow, they're a 4 seed. And this Nevada team deserves a lot better than that. And coming out and winning convincingly on San Diego State's home court is a must. I think that the Wolfpack's going to feed on some Aztec tonight, and I would love to get on first half and full game without even having to look at anything.
A lot of people backing that, Skee. A lot of people. Barry Cohen said, Skee, yes, take them. -8. Dom the Don, yes, sir. Wolfpack, baby. Bulgogi, Nevada, ballin'. Nice against the spread. Big Ragu, Nevada rolls.
I'm actually taking that
I am
right
as well.
after this. Yep.
Yeah.
Both these guys, we got Papi and Skee jumping on the Nevada train. Let's keep rolling right along. Big Boss, what are you looking at?
Man, Max, man. Thank God you're here, Max. Because, I didn't get to lay out my disclaimer. Today, I talked to Carol last night. Her name's Carol. Okay, I talked to Carol last night.
Sure.
She came through smelling like that good old white diamonds, Elizabeth Taylor joint.
Sure.
She was looking nice, So I told her my woes with my
Sure.
bets yesterday. She told me, look here, you got to take it slow. Right, so I'm going back to my money line parlays, man. That's why I got the money line plays. I'm trying to get this money for show and slow. So, in that, Max, I'm back on my money line thing, man. I haven't put it all together how I'm gonna parlay it, but I got a lot of them that I'm gonna shoot out there today. My next money line parlay that I'm looking for is in this Marquette game with Butler. Now let's go. Granted, Butler. They can put up some points. They can shoot the 3 ball. They do what they do. But Marquette, on the other hand, they're sitting nice in this conference right now. This is a nice home game for them right here. This is something they really got to get under their feet. They still got to see, I believe, Nova somewhere before the end of the season and a couple other things. They got to lock it up, get the business tonight. I don't know about the spread, but I definitely know they coming out victorious tonight. What you think about that, Max?
Yeah, no, absolutely. When you're going into Marquette's brand new building, you're going to have to deal with an amped up crowd, and you're going to have to deal with a team that is going to want to control and own their home court. Listen, when you got Marcus Howard, which I've said plenty of times, who can go off for 40 or 50 points, you always want to be betting on those kinds of teams. And I think that Marquette's definitely in a great spot tonight. I think that they just have to contain either Jordan Tucker or Kamar Baldwin. This is a team that they've already been able to play against. They've been able to dominate, and they dominate in their home gym. They have to be up for this game. I think they will be. I'm going to be looking at betting on Marquette. I don't have a play on it now, but as far as on the money line and adding to a parlay, I think that that's a very sharp decision because Butler they just don't have the pace to really match with Marquette. And I know that Marcus Howard's going to be looking to have a big game. And just because Butler was able to put up a lot of points against DePaul does not make me think that they can do it against Marquette. So I'm going to be looking to bet on Marquette. I just haven't got a play yet. But as far as your money line, yeah, definitely add those to your parlay.
Big Boss's parlay is coming together. We got Marquette being joined by Nova. And for Carol, Carol's name, that's not a good old woman's name. That just makes me limp. I'm into Ruth's. Francis. Just saying Francis out loud makes me aroused. But being here around you guys takes the arousal away right away. So let's keep rolling in this spot here. Max, I'm going to let Big Ragu lead me into this. Big Ragu says LSU is a team to be reckoned with. Watch them. Also, I jumped on LSU today on the morning show. I only made 2 plays on the morning show, and LSU was one of them. I got them -7 and -110. Let me see what I could get them at right now. Wow, yeah. I mean, I didn't really beat a line move. A little bit of money coming back on Florida. I could get them at -6.5 now. At Pinnacle at -110. I don't like seeing that, Max. What are you thinking in this Florida at LSU spot?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about this spot for LSU. Listen, on paper and roster-wise, they have the advantage. But like we saw last night, a lot of bubble teams lost. So I think that there's going to be a lot more awareness on that Florida roster tonight about the fact that they really need to win this game. If they want to go to the tournament, which I don't even think they deserve to in the first place, they have to win this game. So I'm very hesitant to jump on this game right now, but it comes down to a really simple formula. LSU has the size and has the athleticism to really speed Florida up to a speed that they're not comfortable at. The key for Florida is to hit 3-point shots. You saw Andrew Nembhard go 9 for 9 from the field. He is a fellow countryman of mine, so I definitely had to highlight that statistical output. But I just think that the way the Tremont Waters is playing right now, you just can't really get in front of that LSU train. Listen, we've seen some really stupid decisions by this young team at the end of games that's cost us covers, and I worry about that all the time when I'm looking at LSU at home. I definitely like LSU better as a road dog, but in this situation, I'm not going to make a play because I think that Florida is a very desperate team. But on the other hand, LSU could easily romp and win by 20. So it's just an uncertain spot for me, and I just have to be a little more diligent on how I get on these spots tonight.
Nice, Max. Your boy here, amateur hour in basketball capping. But I've learned a lot from you, my dude. I got a play that I made a little impulsively. And I got the LSU. I know they got the potent offense. I took the team total over at 74. Am I shit out of luck? Did I just dump some buck? What's the deal, man? What do you think?
Well, I never think that you're shit out of luck when you're betting on an LSU team total over, because as long as Tremont Waters is staying on the floor and Will Wade isn't yanking him off for making bad turnovers and he's adapting to the pace, he is the type of point guard that you want, because when other guys aren't making shots and he's distributing, he will take it upon himself to do the scoring. And he has a wicked crossover that he can take to the left or right, and he has a great pull-up jump shot from 12 feet. So I know that you're always going to get a basket from LSU when you need it. And I think that tonight on their home floor against Florida, well, this LSU basketball team wants some notoriety like the football team has. And that means that they have to really put on a good performance for their home crowd tonight against the Gators. So I think that your team total is actually one of the more attractive plays that are going on with this game tonight.
We live, baby. We live. The bet is live.
We always live, man. It's the LoBag LA. What did they expect? You know what I'm saying? We having a good time, man. We out here in this nice, wonderful Orange County clean air breeze. You know, it feels good. A little less than the smog in LA, but it's all good though, man. Just let's go for it.
That's right.
Get it.
Hey, Max. The only other spot I was really looking to make a play, I've watched Duke play a lot. I know Duke's really good. I haven't really watched North Carolina play that much at all. I know they've been covering. They're 6-2 against the spread their last 8. And I know from the past years, these two usually play each other close, I think. So is 9 points too much?
I feel like it is, but it's just so hard to call on this game because North Carolina has seniors, so they've been here, they've done it before. It really always comes down to one thing for North Carolina, and that's how Kobe White plays. If Kobe White plays well, then North Carolina is staying in this game the whole game, and they are covering this 9 points or 9.5 points. It really just comes down to that simply for me when I cap this game, because you know that Zion Williamson's going to really push the pace and push the ball at any opportunity that he gets. And when he really draws a lot of the defense in, who gets open for 3-point shots? That's Cam Reddish. And Cam Reddish is the guy that I'm really worried about for North Carolina. How are they going to be able to keep up with him? Because you know that they're going to want to double team Zion, and they're going to want to try and use a help defender on Barrett, because Barrett's whole game pretty much is driving. If he's being stuck out the perimeter, that's what North Carolina needs to do. There's just too many things that they have to do right to be able to cover this number tonight, and I'm just really unsure right now. I'd probably be leaning towards Duke in the first half because the Cameron Indoor crazies may be that crazy, and that may be the extra juice that they need. But as far as full game, I'm just really unsure, and I got to watch and see what this game's going on, see what Coach K's doing defensively.
Got you. Nice breakdown, Max.
Appreciate that, bro. I was thinking the same thing. It looks like it's just way too many points. And I actually called it yesterday. I was looking at it when I was talking to you guys yesterday. I'm thinking, like, that's maybe too many points. Then the line didn't move. It just looks like something suspicious there. So I was thinking that too, bro.
All right, Max, I got another quick one for you. So this Sam Houston team has been my little moneymaker, and that's thanks to you. So I want to give you a huge shout out, and I hope to one day share some chicken strips off a stripper's behind with you. But I'm going straight fade of this Nickel State. I mean, what is this? One of the worst, top 30 worst teams in the league. I got Sam Houston first half -8, and that is my favorite basketball play today. What are your thoughts here? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I've been really trying to avoid doubling up, but this is also a spot that I completely agree with you on. Listen, Sam Houston's had their bump in the road. They've got their loss record. They have a blemish on it. They lost to Lamar. Listen, Lamar played an out-of-this-world game. They really just shut down Sam Houston, really frustrated them, and they ended up winning on home court. That's nothing to hold your nose at in Southland basketball. But you have to keep in mind, the Sam Houston team is still scoring 80 points a game in their last 5. All they really have to do is tighten up the three-point defense, which is close to 40% right now. But I think that they can get it back down to where we're used to seeing it, closer to 30. Obviously, it comes down to how aggressive they are on ball handlers. Sam Houston is a team that thrives on forcing turnovers, taking charges, and using double teams to create steals and deflecting passes. I think if they get back to that on their home court, where they're definitely going to feel a lot more comfortable, we're going to see the Sam Houston State team that we've been betting on for weeks and cashing on. And I definitely want to credit G-Unit Peterson on that, because that's how I got on Sam Houston State.
Awesome.
What are you looking at? Trotway?
Right now, I'm looking at this Memphis game right now in Tulane. I want to ask your opinion on the first half there as well. I figured Memphis should be in a better spot here, but without the support of the LoBag, I'm not going to make a play here. So I want to ask you, Max, what you think about this? The first half -10 for Memphis in this spot.
This was a game that I was actually looking at Tulane. I think that Tulane definitely is being a little disrespected on this line here. I know that they haven't really shown throughout the season or met the potential that we thought at the beginning of the year, but I just think that I keep on talking about this one guy, Blake Paul. I think that he just makes a big difference for this team, leadership-wise, vocally, holding guys accountable in timeouts, which I've seen him really get up in people's faces. I think that this is a team that has some good scores in Caleb Daniels. Caleb Daniels is a very exciting player, and I think that Samir Sayek is also a very dominant low post player. I think that Tulane, I think that if they don't fall in love with the three-point shot, they can stay within this number full game. I just think it's a little too many points. I understand that Memphis is going to play that full court press defense that Penny Hardaway has instilled in them, but I just think that they got away from what works best for them, and that's running ISO plays for Jeremiah Martin. Kyron Davenport's really taken over a lot of the late game shot attempts, and you still have Alex Lomax and Tyler Harris, the two Memphis guards that I don't think are making enough progress fast enough. So you want to give me 17.5 points, I'll definitely be leaning towards Tulane full game. I'm not going to have a play first half, but if I were going to jump on something, I'd have to go with Tulane also in the first half.
I appreciate that, Max. I'm sorry about that, Jimmy, but I appreciate that, Max. I like your hat as well. It says Long Beach right there, I believe. Hey, bro, I think you've been thinking like me. Is that the best play of the day?
I actually wore this hat because you guys are Cali, and The only other hat that I had was the University of California, and I'm not going to wear that because it's really bright yellow. But in this game, I'm going with Cal Sun again.
Good look.
I could be itching for a beating, but I'm just not convinced that this Long Beach team is going to be good at this point range. I'm also looking at the under in this game. I haven't made a play on it yet. I do have to look a little more in, but like when you have when you have a go-to scorer that can give you 24 and 12, and you got guys like Terrell Gomez and Rodney Henderson Jr., and you got Ron Artest's son also. Not that he's making any offensive contribution, but defensively and energy-wise, he's been all right. I just think that this is a team that can score on you, and I think that if you don't put them out early, they'll stay in the game and they'll be able to sneak it out late. So if I were going to be making a play on this, I'd probably try and jump on Long Beach in the first half, and if they don't put it down on them, I would jump on Cal Sun full game. But I'd also be looking at the under.
Interesting. And I know that my man Big Boss and the guys may be going to that game tonight, and Big Boss has a question about that spot. Make a bet, get it to pay for the entire night. That's what I'm thinking. I love doing that when I go to a game live. A couple things that I'm adding. I think that Max is bang on that Tulane is getting too many points. 17.5 is too many points. I am taking it. I'm taking Tulane plus 17.5, minus 105 at Heritage. I'm also going to take Rutgers. That game's going off in 17 minutes. I'm already on the under. I'm also taking Rutgers plus 16 at minus 109. I'm betting it, though, at plus 15.5 at minus 110. Line shopping on the show at SBR odds. I'm getting plus 16 at minus 109. Big Boss, my man, what are you looking at?
What up, Max? Let's go back into this Long Beach thing, man, because, I thought it was a real special thing since we're doing LoBag LA. We got a nice gang right here. Northridge, my son attends Northridge. We got Long Beach. I live near Long Beach, and they're playing right here at the Pyramid. Tickets are only $11. I might just show up, But check this out, though, Max. So I dig deep into this game. And just so happened last time I got burned taking Long Beach when they went out to Northridge in the little blacktop thing. But what I learned from watching that game was the center there, Yusuf, was out for a period of time right there, and he's back now. So the points that they scored in the paint last time, they won't score in the paint this time with Yusuf, big 6'7", 260-pound Yusuf in the middle right there. That's definitely going to slow Northridge down. They're going to have to rely on the three if they're going to score over 70 points. So, and last time they didn't really shoot very well for three, and they still won by 10. But it was just that they were missing Yusuf. This time I think it goes all the way the other way in the Pyramid tonight, because even that last game, it still ended up going under the total, which was 164 at the time. Now they bumped it down to 160. I think this thing, just like you said, still stays under the total. I think that's the LoBag LA Day 3 play of the day. Since we can smell the Pyramid from right here where we at, we're going to take the under in the Long Beach State game today. And also, my question also, what you think about Long Beach State on the money line as a part of my money line smorgasbord of picks today?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that Long Beach can win this game outright at home with revenge. I just think that Lamine Diane is going to be able to use his 6'10" length and over 7-foot wingspan to be able to get shots over Yusuf. He's a guy that's really able to duck in and out of the post and really has developed back to the basket moves, where I think that he's going to be able to use his quickness, even though he is a slight frame. It's going to be a real interesting game, but as far as like winning and losing, I could definitely see Long Beach winning this game. I'm definitely going to be looking at the first half to bet on them, and then Cal Sun in the full game. But as far as outright winning for Cal Sun, I'm not going to go that far. So definitely Long Beach is a quality addition to your parlay.
Quality edition.
I like that.
Quality edition.
So we're on the under Long Beach State, right?
I'm gonna keep. That's the plan
Yeah,
right now. I'm gonna
alright.
keep looking at it. Have you seen what the line movement's been on that?
I'll check it out.
Please do. And I know you have a message to
Oh.
25-year-old saying.
Yeah. Because Ghoster, that's my guy, man. And you guys might have talked about my boy Ghoster, but guess what? My man Ghoster actually did the right thing. Because check this out. If you under 25 right now in this world, in this millennium world we live in right now, you under 25, you got Tinder. You know what I'm saying? You got all these different places you can go to meet these nice ladies. If you're not out here trying to catch an STD and you under 25, you trash, bro. You got to get out here and get yours, bro. You know, if they make a pill that can get rid of it, you good, man. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Only thing you got to worry about is the big disease with the little name. That's the only one that can get you really caught up. And they even got something for that nowadays. So look here. You 25 or under, man, you should be having fun at least 3-4 times a week, man. And do like my man Ghoster. Don't strap up. What you gonna strap up for? You know what I'm saying? Go in there and get yours, man. If they make a pill for it, it can be done in 48 hours. You back in action. Don't even trip. Just a little word of advice to my 25 and under low baggers out there. Shout out to y'all, man. I thought I'd just share that with y'all.
Oh, shrewd advice. Risk everything. Shrewd advice. Risk everything. I'm down, man. I'm down. See what happens this week.
Hey, one thing here, SoCal, Santa Barbara, the old children's rhyme goes: 1 in 3 have an STD in the city of SB. Always remember that.
Hey, if they make a medicine that can take care of you in 48 hours, you good in 48 hours.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
My man Jimmy been dealing with pneumonia for how long? You know what I'm saying? He could have got an SDD, been done with it by now. He could have had 2 or 3 by now.
Might have it.
Right.
Strap up twice.
Strap up twice. That's what went well. Okay, 2 different sides of the coin here. Let's keep rolling right along. But I will let you know that the pneumonia is not from a disease with a short name. So don't worry about a thing. Bags will be back in business in no time. And let's keep rolling right along. Skee, you got something?
I just wanted to ask one last question about that under in Long Beach State. I see it opened at 159 on SBR odds, and it's climbing up then, right, to 159.5 or 160. Does that bother you at all, Max? Because I was just about ready to smash the bet button on the under.
No, it's not really bothering me right now because one of the keys for Long Beach and what I was one of the conclusions I came to after my analysis is one of the biggest weaknesses for Cal Sun is their depth. They don't have a deep team. If you get a couple guys in foul trouble, you really handcuff them offensively. And in games where their depth has been tested, specifically the Hawaii game, you really saw the offense really be strong in the first half and then turn off in the second. So I think that this game is really going to have to be slower pace for other guys aside from Deshaun Booker to score on Long Beach. But seeing the line go up a point or two really doesn't bother me, especially considering what time it is. If this was overnight or early in the morning, then I'd be a little more concerned. But at 6:20 Eastern, I'm not going to put too much into it.
Got you. Appreciate that.
Hey, I see y'all out in the chat there, man. Come on, man. You got to keep it real with me. Keep it 100 all the time. Condoms are uncomfortable, bro. You can't feel nothing double strap. Like, for what, man? You might as well stay at home, hang out with yourself. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? If you trying to get in there and live your best life, bro, you got to live your best life, man. You got to dive in deep like my man Ghoster did, Costa Rica Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? When he tell these kids about that, you know what I'm saying? But like, you past that. You know what I'm saying? You good. You got them stories to tell, man. Hey, you don't got to be safe, man. This is the LoBag's show, man. You ain't got to play that safe role around here, man. You know it's good. Like, I know this Hennessy ain't good for me, but you think I'm not going to drink it? Come on, man. You got to go in there and get yours, man.
Run with the Bulls, son. Run with the Bulls.
Man, tell them something, Jimmy, man.
I love it. I got no problem with risking everything at all times. Max, Dave LA says, can you ask Max about 2 games? I guess he's thinking of parlaying this spot. He wants to know what you think about Wichita State at Tulsa and then Creighton at DePaul. Drew was talking about the Creighton-DePaul spot in the morning show. Could you touch on both those two games? I noticed the under has dropped 4 points in Creighton-DePaul. The under stayed the same in Wichita State, Tulsa. I'm going to jump up on get the spreads up on SBRodds.com. But do you have an angle on either of these spots, Creighton-DePaul, Wichita State, Tulsa?
Yeah, I'm on Tulsa right now. I jumped on them when the line went down to 1.5. I'm not buying the line movement. Yeah, I understand that there's a lot of Wichita money coming in on this. This is going to be a local rivalry, but I think that Tulsa just has the stabilizing pieces that I can count on to cover this spread tonight. I'm more also looking at the under in this game. I'm not sure what number I can get right now. I'm just actually looking at my SBR odds page on my phone here. You can look at SBR on a phone and on your computer, so it's nice and quickly accessible. But I'll be leaning towards the under in this game. 100%. I think it's going to be a slower pace. I think that defense is going to be at a premium. And as far as the second game, you'll just have to refresh my memory. I had a little 420 memory loss.
No worry. Creighton at DePaul opened up as a pick'em. DePaul taking a little bit of money now, -1 across the board. Creighton at DePaul.
Yeah, DePaul better freaking win tonight after that pathetic performance they had most recently. I think that they lost by 13 points to a team that should have never put up the amount of points that they put up against them. I'm not going to name that team because we already talked about them, but that was a really fucking cock soup serving type game. And DePaul doesn't freaking man up tonight and beat Creighton on their home floor. I don't think that they should be thinking about going to the NCAA tournament anymore. So it's either put up or shut up time. So DePaul or nothing for me.
DePaul or nothing. Like it. All right, Max, I got one more. I'm trying to get better at this, dude. I'm leaning this Boston College a little bit. They're never this big of a dog, and it's Carolina, and they don't usually cover these big spreads. And I think I'm going to take this blindly at plus 10.5. What do you think at Boston College 10.5 here?
Yeah, listen, the key to stopping NC State is stopping them on the 3-point line. We all know about Markel Johnson, Braxton Beverly, and Torrin Dorn. I think that Boston College is definitely a sharp play tonight. Listen, I don't like them getting double digits, but I like the fact that that they're being disrespected because this is a backcourt of Jordan Chapman and Kai Bowman who are very energetic, very alpha male type guys. And I think that when they talk about this game tonight, they talk about going to NC State, which is a hostile home environment. I think that they're going to be up for the challenge tonight. And I think that Kai Bowman is going to have a standout game. I think that Nick Popovich is going to continue his double-double efforts. And I think that Boston College is just getting a little too many points. I think that they're worth a look on the full game plus 10.5 as well. So I'm definitely supporting that. That is a pick that local strippers are applauding everywhere.
What's up with you, Max, man? I just want to shout out to you, bro, on that Indiana game last night. Yesterday, we talked about the under there. You had that. They only scored 48 points each, bro. That was crazy. But I want to go with this Arizona-Fresno State game. It opened up at 15. It looks like it got bet down to 12.5 in some places, 13 in some other places. What do you think about the Air Force? You think Air Force can hold out with Fresno State?
Yeah, Air Force definitely had a good game versus UNLV. I just think that this Fresno State team, they're a different class when it comes to the Mountain West. Listen, Air Force, they rely on hitting the threes, and they rely on defense, they rely on playing a slower pace, but what you've seen from them and in their wins is actually the opposite. So I'll be looking for them to really try and push the issue versus Fresno tonight. I don't have a play on it as of yet, But I think that this may be a little too many points. I think that you've seen that the sharp movement came in at plus 15 where this line opened, and Pinnacle is actually ahead of the market right now. They're hanging a minus 12.5 at minus 106. So it's definitely leading me to believe that Air Force is definitely going to be the play. I just haven't made it yet. So I have to look a little more into it, but thinking about it and thinking about the situation and what I've seen from both teams recently, I think that you're on the right track.
Okay, I feel that, bro. I appreciate you, man. I'm looking at the line movement too. It looks like that's what it's telling you. It's telling you to take Air Force there. But you got something over there, DJ?
No, I'm all dead, man. I'm just listening to these people in the chat, man. Y'all way too sensitive, man. Some people like money, some people like ranch, some people like respect my life, man. If I like that, that's what I like. Why you out there tripping and trying to judge me? You know what I'm saying? I'm a happily married man. I ain't doing none of that stuff on the side. I'm staying clean. I've been staying clean. But guess what? If you under 25, you trying to wonder why things ain't clicking your way and you ain't working because you ain't trying, bro. If you ain't out there trying to get it, you ain't trying, bro. But y'all need to stop being so sensitive in the chat, man. Respect other people's choice. My choice is I'm going to stay the way I am and y'all stay the way y'all stay.
Oh, man, respect. Who cares? Poison's poison. Poison can feel good sometimes. Let's keep rolling. We have some questions in the chat, Max. My man Ernest wants to know about what your feelings are with his Texas A&M Corpus Christi at Stephen F. Austin spot. Stephen F. Austin opens as 2-point favorites, now 2.5 or 3, except a bookmaker that stayed at 2. They're the only book that stayed at 2. His total opened at 132.5, now at 134.5, 133.5, or 134, so it's gone up a couple points. Texas A&M Corpus Christi at Stephen F. Austin, Max.
Yeah, I'm definitely inclined to look at Texas A&M Corpus Christi tonight. I think that Emmanuel, Tony, and Kareem South are definitely going to have rebound games from their most recent performance. This is a team that plays good scoring defense, only allowing 68 points a game in conference, and they shoot 73% from the free throw line. The key for them is not to let Stephen F. Austin get to the line, specifically Kevon Harris. I think that they're going to really have to box out on the defensive glass and not give up second chance points. And that's where Tony Lewis comes in. I think Tony Lewis is definitely up to the task tonight. I think that if Texas A&M Corpus Christi limits the turnovers and doesn't fall in love with the 3-point shot if it isn't dropping, they can win outright. But I'm going to hold off on making a play, but I'm definitely leaning towards Texas A&M Corpus Christi at this time.
I feel that. Great breakdown. You got a spot?
Yeah, so shout out to Devo Lane here. Got a question on Northwestern. What are we thinking? Do we fade them here, or are we going to take it?
Yeah, I've been looking at this Northwestern State spot for a little bit now. Listen, they're shooting the ball fantastically right now. They're shooting the ball 49% from the field, 42% from three-point range. My only issue is their free throw shooting because it's not above 70%. They're doing a good job of the defensive glass, but they just got to limit the offensive rebounds because against a team like Houston Baptist with Ed Hart, who's 6'10", 6'11", he's good on the glass. He's not going to pop out to you on the stat sheet, but he's definitely going to be effective tonight. The one thing that's holding me back right now is the fact that this is a team that's going to commit 19 turnovers a game or more. So I think that they have an opportunity to cover this, but I think that the bookmakers also may be catching up on Northwestern State because they have been covering as these dogs in the past 6 or 7 games. It comes down to 2 guys for this team. It comes down to Ishmael Lane. Is he going to win the battle versus Ed Hart? And is LaTerrence Reed going to be effective from the field? I'm worried that they don't play as well as they did in their last game where they beat Stephen F. Austin at home. But I'm still going to end up taking Northwestern State full game because I just believe that when you have a hot shooting team, I need to see them cool off before I jump off the train.
Max, a couple things here. Our man Matt Mado, also from the 6, was wondering about, and just touch on it for a second because I am on LSU -7. I know you were pensive about taking them, but I didn't want to put words in your mouth that you were taking Florida. Is it right that you're just not on LSU, but you're not on Florida either?
No, I'm not on the game at all right now.
Not on the game at all. That's what I thought. Okay, Max, I am jumping on DePaul -1. Those of you might remember the last time I jumped on DePaul was a grave error. I took them as a big, well, not that big, but I took them on the money line as a home dog against Marquette. Marquette was coming off a huge victory, and I thought it might be a spot that they weren't mentally in, and I was wrong, and it was a bad loss. But I'm going back with DePaul -1, -108. Trotwam, what are you looking at?
I see Hill to the Victor's play of the day. It looks like he's on Nebraska Omaha. They're playing one of Western Illinois. It looks like it opened up at -10. It's at 9.5 at Pinnacle. It looks like a majority of the money's coming in on Nebraska there, Omaha. What you think about that one, Max? You think he's on the right track with his play of the day? Hill to the Victor. Shout out to you, big ball.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of this Nebraska Omaha team, specifically Mitchell Hahn. When you see and watch over and over again that fadeaway shot from the baseline that he made to beat South Dakota State, it may bring a tear to your eye. This team is definitely challenging South Dakota State for the Summit League title. I've been completely dumbfounded by how much parity there is in this league this year when we thought it was just going to be the Mike Dom, aka Summit League. But it's not like that. I think that 10 points is a lot for this team. Listen, they've been covering a lot of games by 5, 6, 7 points. I don't believe that they've actually covered a spread as a favorite at this number. It may be just the bookmakers trying to tempt us into it because they are coming off some impressive wins. I'm more inclined to actually jump on the dog here and get on the over also. The over is definitely going to be a play for me in this game. I think that points are going to get scored regardless. Nebraska Omaha, you can definitely count on them between 80 and 90 points on their home floor. And I think that Western Illinois, having Kobe Webster, you have a good scoring guard that is going to facilitate, but not only facilitate, he will take over the game offensively if no one else is making shots. So I'm not going to be backing Nebraska Omaha on the spread tonight. I'm going to take Western Illinois, and I'm going to take the over.
I see the reason why you maybe want to think about Nebraska Omaha. They're ranked 9th in 3-point percentage, and it looks like West Illinois, they're giving up a lot of points as far as from the 3-point percentage. So that could be the reason why, I think.
Max, we got to shut down this show pretty soon, but there is a couple spots that I might jump on right now. And, of course, we'll be asking Max what his LoBag play of the day is. Underdog says, Jimmy, do you love Colorado under an NHL or NCAA or both? Obviously, I really like it, and Papi endorses it as well, the under 6.5 in that hockey game. But I know that Noli knows is liking this Colorado-Washington State under 147.5, and I'm just about to pull the trigger on it, Max. I think it's a good look that Noli's on. What do you think about this under Colorado-Washington State?
Yeah, I think that I'm actually a little worried about this one. I have to just then put my worry in a box, lock it up, and then throw it down the cock soup chimney because what am I doing? Why do I question Noli knows? What kind of fucking plus even move is that? I'm hitting over 80% on his bets that I'm tracking this year. That goes to say something. I'm telling Noli on this. I've already retweeted and on my Twitter feed. I think that Colorado's a much different team on the road. I think that McKinley Wright is definitely very important, but I think that if he is not scoring, you need Gatling to hit threes. I think that there's just too many question marks on who's going to be able to perform if someone isn't performing up to their caliber. So I do understand that Robert Franks and Washington State has played some high-scoring games. I just think that These are two teams that are able to contain the best offensive threats on each other's teams, and I think that the under is definitely a good spot.
I'm going to jump on it. I'm going to take the under 147.5. I also have a very high percentage rolling with our man Noli Knows, who's making unders great again. Colorado, Washington State under 147.5. So you're right, underdog. I'm on both Colorado unders in NHL and NCAA basketball. We are about to shut this down. We have the Reaver asking a question. Excuse me. We also have our man Odar Lira, whom we love dearly, straight out of Venezuela. Odar Lira says, Jimmy, please ask about McNeese versus Central Arkansas. McNeese State at home. You've had a great read on both these squads. Money coming in on McNeese State opens at -1. Now we have -1.5, -2. This total stayed at 152 all day. You have an angle on this game, Max?
Yeah, both teams are on 5-game losing streaks, so someone's got to win tonight. Being such a small number, I'm going to have to lean with the home team, McNeese State. Both are similar when it comes to turnovers. Both can be careless with the ball at times. I do acknowledge that Central Arkansas has a slightly better 3-point D, but I don't think that it makes a big enough difference. I think that McNeese State will be able to hit enough free throws, and they score more conventionally on offense and aren't as much relying on the 3-point shot to score the ball. And I think at home tonight, Shamarcus Kennedy and James Harvey are going to be able to do enough to cash a small money line or 1.5 or 2-point ticket. So give me McNeese State.
Taking McNeese State. That's an interesting spot that I may immediately tail. I'm going to take another look at this.
Yo, my man Reaver in the chat is asking about the Seton Hall game today. I took a quick look at that one too. Seton Hall, Xavier right there. The line is jumping around everywhere. What you think about that one, Max?
Yeah, there's a lot of question marks about what kind of performance you're going to get from Xavier. Listen, talking to Robbie Tagaloa, who I respect and I tail and I follow whenever I can, I know that this Xavier team from his mouth is just not a team that you're going to trust on the road. I think that Seton Hall is better coached. I look for Miles Powell and Quincy McKnight to just run the show tonight, and I think that they're going to be able to cover this 4 or 5 points. So I'll just simply say Seton Hall or nothing for me.
Seton Hall or nothing. That'd be going against the market move here. We've got to roll. A couple things just before we go. But one is our man Bradley Zabar. He's asked about this game twice, and it's North Florida, right? Not Florida Gulf Coast, North Florida, excuse me. And you've had a great read on North Florida all year long. They're at Jacksonville. I asked Drew about this game as well, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he was leaning towards the over, but not making a play here. North Florida at Jacksonville, Max. What are you thinking there?
Yeah, I definitely look towards the over also in this game. This is a revenge spot for University of North Florida. They lost as an 8-point favorite at home. This is a team that had the lead. They blew it. They fucked up on free throws. They shot a low 3-point percentage. I think that they have 4 keys to this game. Contain JD Note. Cut down on fouls because they're committing 15 turnovers a game. They have to take care of the ball. Take less threes if you're not hitting them. This is a team that needs to hit 10 3-point games a game to win, and hit the down low players with Amino and Horscher. I think that they can go in, get some revenge against this Jacksonville team. I will acknowledge that Jacksonville's 9-3 ATS versus spread. They have been able to come back from deficits, but they've also given up big leads. I think tonight North Florida's going to be able to pull it together, and I think that they're worth a look on the money line and on the spread, whatever you want to do. I'm going to do half a unit on the money line. I'm going to do half a unit on the spread. So give me University of North Florida.
Hey, Max, just to help some of these strippers out that we're going to be going to see in a couple days, what's your low bag play of the day so we can get our money up, so we can get some chicken strips and tip these ladies properly?
All right, so I'm going back to the Southland and two teams that I absolutely adore. I'm going to be going with Southeast Louisiana versus New Orleans, and I'm going to be taking the over. I've already bet the 128.5. If you can get 129, I still advocate and support that play. I think that this game gets to the mid 130s. I just think that these are two teams that are both shooting close to 40% from three-point right now, 50% from the field. They both hit free throws. They both don't turn it over too much. I think that New Orleans definitely has to be a lot more aggressive on defense and not let Marlon Veal and Moses Greenwood sit on the three-point line and just hoist them up all game. But this is a New Orleans team that is very dominant at home. I think that guys like Ezekiel Charles and Bryson Robertson are going to be very important scoring-wise. And I think that Jarrell Gates is going to be very important on the glass and defensively. I think that these guys are going to score some points against each other. And I think that is going to be a great game. I'll be looking to back the dog in Southeast Louisiana as a side. But for my play of the day, I'm taking the over 128.5.
That's what's up, my man Max, right here for my low baggers first. A few of y'all been questioning me in the chat, what parlay did I take? I drop a feast of parlay plays on the money line. I took Villanova, I took Nevada, and also took Marquette for a plus 124 on the parlay right there. But let me special announcement out to my low bag LA people who's going to be hanging out with us so soon. We got the Lit Lounge coming up, because the King Court is going to be here live and direct tomorrow. And after the King's Court, we're meeting up at the Lit Lounge. That's at 3333 Hill Street in Los Angeles, California, just below downtown. Safe environment. Everything's cool. Just so you know, it's a cannabis club. They're going to have all type of stuff for sale, for try, do whatever you want to do. It's going to be some live entertainment. It's only from 7 to 10:30. I'm going to be there at about 7:30. Make sure you pull up between 7:30 and 9. We're going to hang out for a little while right there at the Lit Lounge. Had to break everybody in LA into some of the cannabis events that goes on. This one is live and direct. It happens all the time, and it's lit, and it's called the Lit Lounge. And if you can't make it on Thursday, right, we still got you. Because we coming out late night, so you can finish your shift, do whatever you got to do, put the kids, the wife, everybody to sleep. We going to Dames and Games, downtown LA. Go ahead and Google or Yelp that joint right there. It's nationally known and everything. It's a topless sports bar. We're going to be over there with a nice table with a few bottles and a whole bunch of low baggers having a really good time. Jim, you joining us?
Damn right I'm joining, man.
That was just a trick question.
Not going to bring any condoms either.
Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
But
right.
if you can get a chance, come on out, hang with us for a few hours at Dames and Games. And if you can't do that, it's going to be Last Chance Hollywood event, 7250 Melrose Boulevard. We're going to be at the Parlor. I just locked it in today. We got a little lounge area over there. We're going to be watching the Laker game at 4.
That's
We're going
right.
to flip it over to the Golden State game around 5:30. You know, Golden State plays Houston. And we're going to have a good time. They got good food, good drinks, and of course we're gonna have some real live people there, so we're gonna have a real good time. Make sure you charge your phone up so you can put your live bets in or whatever, but come hang out with us. That's gonna be the last day of Low Bag LA. I appreciate if we could just flood this place out, man. We're gonna have a low bagger takeover right there at the Pollard, man. It's 21 or up. Bring a friend, bring a group, whatever. It's all good. We're doing it live right there at the Pollard, man.
Man, I can't wait. Thank you so much for hooking up these spots. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining LA Bag, Low Tech in the Bag in LA. It means the absolute world to us. And my squad here rolling with us, DJ Big Boss. Where can they find you on Twitter?
Hey, check me out on Twitter, DJ Big Boss. That's DJ BIGGBOSS. I'll have all the updates, everything that's going on. I also have my smorgasbords of parlays. Villanova already jumped off, but it's still more. Man, take one or two of out of there, put them together, make you some money, man. It's all good. You going in, you know, Carol done blessed me with all the white diamonds and all the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have my butternut squash and all that good stuff.
Oh.
It's all good. It's going down.
Okay.
Whoa.
Butternut squash, that sounds good.
Skee, where can they find you on Twitter? Skee's also going to be on the big King's Court shows that we're going to be doing live right here in the spot after Low Shack in the Bag. Skee, where can they find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Skee Profit. NBA's back tomorrow, back to regular scheduled programming. And King Real, you know I'm ready to talk that shit tomorrow.
Love it, man. I can't wait. So we got J Money and King Rail live up in the spot with us. Parlay Papi is a monster, making his Low Shack in the Bag debut. All we see is you giving out nonstop winners in the chat. So dope to roll with you for a minute. Have you live on the show. Let the low baggers put a face to the name that's putting money in their pockets. Where can we find you on Twitter?
Holler at your boy at Papi underscore parlay. King of parlays daily. And we're gonna get a little weird at the parlor. So I will see hopefully many of you LA low baggers there.
Absolutely. Shout out Parlay Papi making this Low Shack in the Bag debut. And then my man Trot Wham, can you let us know where we can find you on Twitter? And then can you put a bow on this bad boy? Thank Max and put a bow on this bad boy.
I appreciate you, Jimmy, and I'm going to start off saying that. Appreciate everybody. DJ Big Boss, Skee Profit. This bad boy right here came out with the heat today. Parlay Papi. My man Trot Wham on Twitter. SBR Sports. Max, you the greatest, bro. It's all out, bro.
Much love. Thank you for watching. And Maxwell, just before we leave you, where can we find you on Twitter?
Yeah, you guys can find me at MaxwellSmart420 on Twitter. And if you're in Toronto, you can obviously find me in the strip club, coming to you, throwing dollar bills at strippers, supporting them with chicken tenders, and serving bookies cock soup.
I love it. Thank you guys for watching. We got big shows all week long and then big parties afterwards. Let's get that cash. Leche, Alo's Bookmakers!